Yes, sir. I am back in S5 once again. This is probably my fourth or fifth time in S5, to be completely honest. It's just rank up, rank down, rank up. You guys know how it goes. The road to infinity rank is a very, very long one.
Nice shot.
But eventually, we'll get there. Making progress slowly but surely. And today I'm going to play some games and look to take another step closer to the ultimate goal. And for the first hole here, we have hole 10 with funny hole placement. I'm going to shoot a little bit over 3 dots. Just look to get myself on the green. If the wind carries me too much, that's okay. Although it didn't. Looked to be a pretty decent shot, to be honest. 8 feet away, it's no chip and eagle, but a birdie for the first hole of the game, that's fine.
Nice birdie.
And 6 birdies there, 2 pars. A little bit unfortunate to par that, especially because it was minimal wind, but the hole was in a weird spot. But moving on to hole 12. Can't really read the wind at the moment. Looks like it's only 9 miles an hour, so we can definitely take the shortcut.
Nice shot.
And like I said, today I'm just looking to play some games, gain some more rank. Depending on how this first game goes, I might do a little play until I lose rank type of video. I might just play until I lose rank, and however many games I fit into the video is how many the video gets.
Nice
We'll
shot.
see how this first game goes, see how I play. Off to a decent start. Although right as I say that, I land in the bunker, nullifying my eagle chances there. Although bunker or not, that doesn't matter. Just sink the very nice chip-in eagle straight from the sand. So off to a pretty good start, 24 points after 2 holes. Looks like there was one other eagle there. So really good that I was able to sink that chip, otherwise I would have been 4 points down. Instead, I'm tied for first going into the semifinals, which is hole number 1.
Nice shot.
And pretty interesting that we have hole number 1 and hole 10 in the same game. And it is 22-mile-an-hour wind. But I read it fairly nicely. So I'm left only 15 feet away for the birdie putt. And birdie, as you'd expect, on hole number 1. So all birdies there from all players in the game. Still tied for first on 34, and a 3-way tie for third on 30 points. So a very close matchup so far. These players are playing very well. Everyone has made pretty good shots so far. Moving on to a tricky hole because of the wind. Just going to adjust quite a lot for the wind. I just want to make sure I'm on the green. Give myself a chance for the birdie.
Nice
And I
shot.
went a little bit over 3.5 power because the hole was towards the back of the green. So I wanted to make sure I could roll far enough, which I did.
Nice on.
Rolled a little bit past, in fact. And sink another birdie.
Nice birdie.
And it looks like our rival for this match is too good. Could not sink the birdie there. So he drops off to second. I take the solo first place and a 3-point lead going into the final hole. So hole 17 here, realistically a par should be enough to come first, or at the very least tie.
Nice shot.
Not nearly enough power there. So unfortunately, I'm not even on the green. And missed the chip by quite a lot, actually. Somehow 20 feet away after a very short chip. So not a good chip here. Ooh, and we missed the putt somehow. Totally misread the green there. I was thinking I needed to go left, but I left it straight. It's a really poor play on my part. I think that's not even going to be enough for first place. Well, somehow it was enough for first place. A 1-point lead over second. Barely managed to get the first place there, but a win is a win, and that is going to be some rank. Let's take a look at how much rank we get. Probably not too much. And let's jump into another match here. So a pretty scary finish to last match. A very poor finish, to be honest. I don't think I deserved the win after that bogey. However, we're in match number 2 here. We find Is Too Good once again, who came second. So we know he's a good player. Probably going to be a competitive match, but once again, we are starting off on hole 10.
Nice shot.
And we started very strong last match with the birdie and eagle. So I just need to channel that performance again, bring it into this match, and look to gain some more rank off of this game. Looks like the hole placement is in either the same spot or like a very similar spot as last game. Just different wind here though.
Nice shot.
You know what? I'll take that chip.
Nice on.
It was a difficult hole placement with tricky wind, so to be 11 feet away, not too bad. And once again, we sink birdie on hole number 10. And a decent start to the match for our competitors. 6 birdies, which is the same amount of birdies as last game. Hole number 2, we get hole 12 for the second hole of the game once again. So this is really funny RNG. I wonder what the statistics are of getting the same 2 holes in the same order, 2 games in a row, because there's 18 holes that you could possibly get. So the chances of this happening must be pretty low. And I'm thinking about going this way just because of the wind. I think I will go for it. It's a little bit risky, especially trying to cut through the trees here. If I can make it onto the fairway, I'm going to have a really nice stroke too. When we clear the trees beautifully, right smack dab in the middle of the fairway, so I really like my position right now. A little bit tricky to try to line up the hole because our aim stick doesn't reach that far, but I will leave it here. I think full power is going to be enough to get us onto the green.
Nice shot.
Unfortunately, that was way too much. So once again, for hole 12, I'm left chipping for an eagle. Unfortunately, can't sink the eagle this time. To be honest, I should have known that I would have gone too far. I mean, we did have strong tailwind. And I guess I wasn't even that far away from the green. It's a bit of a mistake on my end, leading me to a birdie.
Nice birdie.
And there were 2 eagles there. So unfortunately, I'm going down by 4 points, moving into the semifinals. Second place from last game Is Too Good. Unfortunately, gets knocked out in the first round this game. But right now, I've got 3 holes left to make a 4-point comeback. Gonna be attempting to start the comeback on hole number 4 with tricky wind here. Probably gonna go just under full power with no backspin.
Nice shot.
Ends up being an okay shot.
Nice on.
We are still 16 feet away. But considering the crazy wind, I think that's an okay approach. cannot sink the birdie putt. So putting has really been my weak point this game, which has led me to be 7 points behind in game number 2. A really bad place to be as we move on to hole number 6. However, hole is on the right of the green. So definitely a chance for a birdie. Wind is going to make that a little bit more difficult though.
Nice shot.
And from here, I do have a break in the trees, so a clear view onto the green. Although this wind might be difficult because if I adjust too much, I might be in the trees on the right. But if I don't adjust enough, the wind's going to carry me past the hole. But I'll leave it there. I'm going to go under full power on the 5-iron with backspin, just to slow my ball down when it hits the green.
Nice shot.
That is a pretty good approach for a chip on hole 6. I don't think that's going to be enough to get us in a position to win the game, but it's at least enough to keep us in the game.
Nice birdie.
And a par from first place, so had I made the putt last hole on hole 4, I would have been in a pretty decent position. Unfortunately, still 4 points behind, and still 1 point down on second, too. So if I want to gain any rank this match and keep the video alive, probably gonna have to get at least second here. Gonna need a really good final hole, which is hole number 8. Pretty minimal win though, so definitely a chance to get a good score here. And Ivo is in the water, so a big opportunity here. That's a pretty good approach.
Nice on.
I mean, still 12 feet away, but for hole 8, that's okay. Definitely gonna have to step up my putting game though if I want to sink the birdie. And I do make that putt. I have no idea what our competitors got. Let's take a look. And with seconds left on that hole, we sink the putt. We steal first place on the last hole of the game. That was a bit of a thriller. Not a very good performance, but it ended up being 47 points, so it's decent. Let's check the rank, and then let's jump into another game. Third game here, we find Ivo again. We also find 2 other S players, the rest A players. So this is going to be a competitive match. I did mention in game 1 that I was maybe going to play until I lose rank. So far, that's working out for us. Honestly, I think I'm just going to keep playing until I lose rank. I am interested to see how many games we're going to get. See what our gaining rank streak is going to be at the end of the video. Tricky hole to start off with though, to be honest, because crazy wind. Although that was a pretty decent shot.
Nice on.
I'm not upset with that approach at all. So a pretty nice birdie from a hole with maximum wind. And it looks like the room was split in half. 4 birdies, 4 pars. As we move to hole 14. Another par 5 hole. Opportunity for some eagles here. And you might call me crazy for going this way, but I'll show you why I'm doing it in just a second.
Nice shot.
I mean, first of all, it would have been hard to cut through the trees with the wind because it would have been a little bit of a headwind. Now, I'm not in the most advantageous position right now. I could have gone a little more power. But from here, it's actually pretty easy to get onto the green if you get the power right. So if I can sneak past the bunker, get onto the green.
Nice shot.
And the reason why I go for this shot sometimes is because chipping over the bunker and onto the green, getting precise backspin and power can be difficult sometimes. So unless you have advantageous wind, it can be a good idea to go the way I just went. And it looks like it did pay off this time because I synced a very nice eagle. And 2 eagles on that hole. Good news for me is that the other person who eagled it parred the first hole. So solo first place going into the semifinals. We got hole 16, only a little bit of wind here.
Nice shot.
So I moved a little bit more to the right than normal, but it was still enough to make it through. Lining up the chip here, just a very slight adjustment for the wind. Gonna look to get 1.5 power with the wedge. Unfortunately, wasn't quite enough power. I think we would have rolled in had I got more power, but I did come up short, so gonna be settling for birdie. But that's not the end of the world. That should be enough to maintain my lead, which it definitely is. In fact, that's enough to extend my lead. I had a 3-point lead going into this hole, and I now have a 6-point lead going into hole number 4, which is hole 17. We've had this hole, I think, only once this video. This hole it's fun and annoying at the same time. It's fun because you have to be pretty precise if you want to land on the green, but that's the exact reason why it's annoying.
Nice shot.
And in this case, I did not make a precise shot to make it onto the green. Put too much power, and I roll off. I think I'm going to putt this, to be honest. It's pretty flat. Although power calculation is tough when you're putting on the fairway. Ooh, it was close in terms of aim. Not really close in terms of power, because I landed 13 feet away. You know what? Probably would have been better off chipping. Definitely would have gotten me closer. But I think putting from the fairway is a lot more fun. And you know what? I can afford to have a little fun when I'm up 6 points. Still sink the par there.
Nice par.
I don't know exactly how the ranking system works in this game, but I'm 99% sure that your score doesn't matter when it comes to ranking up. I think it's just about what place you come and the rank of your opponents. So par there is fine. You know, maybe if I chipped, I could have got the birdie, but still 4 points up. Shouldn't be a game changer as we move on to the last hole, which is hole 11 with very strong wind. Definitely going to have to club up to a 5-iron here.
Nice shot.
Another pretty decent approach. I think it was this game. The first hole was that hole 13 with max wind. And to finish off, we get hole 11 with max wind. A decent approach here considering the wind. Similarly to hole 13. And sink the birdie. That's going to give us 51 points for the final. A fairly well played game, to be honest. 51, always a pretty good score. But that's going to be more rank, so the video continues on. Let's look at how much I get here, and then let's move on to the 4th game. So game number 4 here, we find a pretty strong lobby. There is an S7. There are 3 other S players, including myself. That makes 5 S players and 3 A players. So this is going to be a competitive match. This could shape up to be the most entertaining one of the video. Starting off on hole 11, which is exactly where we left off last game.
Nice shot.
And you know what? A little more power there would have been really nice for me. But got the wind pretty good. Unfortunately, 10 feet away from the hole. but my putting holds up. That's going to be a birdie on hole number 1. And this video is by far going to be the longest one I have ever posted. If you've made it this far and you're still watching here on hole number 4. Game number 4, I'm starting to go crazy. Let me know down in the comments if you've made it, and let me know if you're enjoying the video and you want to see longer videos, or if you prefer shorter videos with 2 games per video. But for the 3rd game of this video, that makes it 3 out of 4, we get hole 12 for the 2nd hole of the match. No idea what the statistics are, the chances of that happening, but this time I am going to take the shortcut.
Nice shot.
Looked pretty close, to be honest. I think I over-adjusted for the wind, but nonetheless on the fairway. And with this distance, I'm thinking like almost full power with the 3-iron. Just have to adjust quite a lot for the wind.
Nice shot.
Power-wise, it was pretty good. Didn't get a very favorable bounce there, though. Shot me off to the left a little bit. Ooh, and our putting holds up once again. We sink the very nice eagle. And for the first 2 or 3 games, I had some missed putts there. If you remember that, were just poor putts. Looks like I am warming up a little bit. My putting has been a little bit better this game and the past game. Unfortunately, we're saying goodbye to 3 players, and one of them was the S7 player. Poor guy, he's going to probably lose a lot of rank there. But that's good news for me, because if I win, it is going to be a lot of rank for me. However, very tough competition. I think everybody here is in 20 points or higher. And hole 7, this is tricky with this kind of wind. I might attempt to go this way, which is not what I usually do. I usually like to go to the end of the fairway here. But it's tricky to judge. I'd have to go like this. You know what? Maybe I will still go for it. It looks like it was okay. Gonna have to look at this big tree here on the left to see if it's gonna be in my way. Which I think it is, because if I adjust for the wind like this, I'm gonna go straight into the tree above me. So I'm gonna have to spoon, which is not gonna be easy. It was actually okay. Somehow I managed to land myself on the green. Honestly, I was just hoping that I was on the island anywhere and not in the water, but being on the green, that's pretty good. Tricky putt, though. Very aggressive green. Ooh, and with seconds left, we sink another very nice putt, and my putting has definitely warmed up here. What's crazy is that I needed to make that in order to keep myself in first. There's a tie for first on 34 points. Moving on to hole number 8. Not a lot of wind here, but tricky hole placement, so it's not going to be easy.
Nice shot.
Again, not a bad approach, all things considered. To be 13 feet away off of the tee is decent. However, it is a tough green, but I think we landed in a pretty good spot in terms of the green. It's relatively unslanted compared to the rest of the green. So I do get the nice birdie on hole number 8. And Plan B playing very well. We are both tied for 44 after 4 holes. So this game is, as I said, shaping up to be probably the most entertaining so far. It's very close. We need the very last hole to decide the winner, which is hole 13, which is funny because 4 games in, we're getting a lot of repeat holes. There are some holes that I haven't even gotten this entire video, like I think hole 18, hole 3, hole 5. Haven't got that in the past 4 games. Yet we have holes like hole 12 we've gotten 3 times. Not that it makes any difference, it's just kind of funny RNG. I don't want to use backspin here, so I have to get pretty precise power so I can clear the bunker and not roll too far past the hole.
Nice shot.
Yeah, good power, but pretty unfortunate bounce there. And plan B misses his chip. So if I sink this putt, I will win. If I miss, we're going to be going to it closest to the pin. Oh yeah, putting is on fire right now. As a 54-point win. And this is going to be the most rank I've gained from one match this video. If you remember, there was like 5 S players in this lobby. So let's take a look at how much elo I get off of a very good performance. And well done to Plan B, 51, great score. But that is some great rank. And this video continues on. I'll see you in game number 5.
The contestants.
Alrighty folks, game number 5 here. A interesting lobby to say the least. We got Bill Cosby, looks like Peter Griffin, and also only one other S player and one other A player. But this is the 5th game of the match. If you're still here watching, you gotta let me know in the comments how far you made it in this video. And I still don't know how long this video is gonna be, but that doesn't matter. I'm gonna focus on hole 14 here. With this wind, I will take the shortcut.
Nice shot.
Looks like pretty much everyone took the same shot as us. Make it on the fairway, and we should have a pretty clear shot onto the green, like the bunker won't be in the way. And in terms of power, I don't know what to go because we are downhill, but the wind is pushing us forward a little bit. I'll probably just go full power.
Nice shot.
Ooh, definitely should have added backspin there. I was not expecting the wind to carry me that much. And comes somewhat close, but not close enough for the eagle. Gonna be settling for birdie here. Ooh, that was sketchy. Barely make that one there. And no eagles there, so that's the good news for us. We're gonna be tied for first going into the second hole. Pretty lucky, to be honest. There definitely could have been eagles. And I could have been down 4 points, but that doesn't matter. We move on to hole 15. First time I've got hole 15 in this video with crazy wind, so probably going to see some pars mixed in with the birdies here.
Nice shot.
And in terms of power, I'm going to go over 3.5 dots. Probably close to full power and add backspin.
Nice shot.
Pretty good approach there. Could have adjusted a little bit better for the wind. But it's always difficult with crazy wind. Definitely don't want to underpower this putt, as I almost did last hole. But we sink that putt pretty safely. That's another 10 points added to our score. So I didn't even talk about the score there. I kind of zoned out because one of the players, Bill Cosby, who got eliminated, you didn't see it because I edited it out, but while I was spectating other players waiting for them to finish, he was just sitting right at the hole, like, for his last putt for the entire, like, 100 seconds or whatever. Kind of annoying. But anyway, we're tied for first. Moving on to hole 7 with max wind. So still taking this way. Accidentally curved that shot, so not a very good shot, but honestly, it actually shouldn't matter this time because I have to move my aim stick to the right. so this tree in front of us won't get in the way. I'm gonna go pretty close to full power, maybe add some backspin just to slow down our roll. Okay, that's actually really lucky. I red barred my shot, yet somehow I land on the green only 20 feet away. There are 0 complaints from me there. Let's see what we can do with this putt here. Very nice putt. A birdie on hole 7 with max wind and a red bar shot. That's pretty good, to be honest. And if you've made it this far in the video, I should tell you I am hosting a tournament. I've added money to the prize pool, and if you place first or second in this tournament, you will get a share of the prize pool. All the details of the tournament can be found in my Discord server. The link will be in the description of this video, and the link to register is in the Discord server. So when you're there, go to the channel, sign up. There's a Google form that you can fill out, and that will register you for the tournament. It's free to enter, open to all skill level. So if you want to compete, come check that out. But back to the game, I'm pretty sure I was the only one to birdie that, which I was. Nobody even parred that. So a pretty commanding 6-point lead here on what I think is the 5th game. So the video lives on. We move on to hole 8 again. This has got to be like the 3rd time I've had hole 8 this video. And max wind once again. This game has had really crazy wind for some reason, which is weird because the lobby wasn't too high rated. Usually you get like really strong winds with higher rated players, but this is going to be tricky. I'm going to go 5-iron, probably going to go 3.5 with backspin.
Nice shot.
Big friend request guy here. Pretty nice approach.
Nice.
I gotta be honest, I'm pretty satisfied with how I'm playing. I've had some good approaches, some good putts. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself because I have a difficult putt right here. There it is. I'm actually putting on a clinic this video. I wonder if I can rank up to S6 by the end of this video. That's a pretty big ask considering I was literally at the bottom of S5 at the beginning of this video. We'll take a look at where we're at after this match though. We got one more hole. We have a 6-point lead. The win here is all but secured. And the first time we get a special hole this video, we are on hole 20. Probably my least favorite out of all 3. If I were to make a tier list of the special holes, I would go hole 21, my favorite, hole 19, second favorite, hole 20, third favorite.
Nice shot.
Let me know in the comments, what are your rankings for special holes? Rank them 1 to 3. I mean, they're all kind of annoying, to be honest. And this is exactly why. I guess there's not much else I could have done with that wind, the headwind. And thinking about it now, I should have actually gone more power on that chip, so I could have had a clear shot through these trees up ahead. But hopefully I can still clear them. Gonna go about 3.5, add a little bit of backspin.
Nice shot.
No, we don't clear the tree, we are in the bunker. To be honest, it shouldn't matter. I think I had a 6-point lead. But the putt has been sunk. That is a bogey, but it shouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. And bogeys all around, so a 45-point performance. 45 points as a total, not very good, but I did birdie all previous 4 holes, so I guess I'm not too disappointed with that performance. It's going to be more rank. That's probably not going to be a lot, but I did say that this video would end when I lose rank, so let's jump into the 6th match. And for the next game here, we land in another okay lobby, not so good. Only 3 A players, some B and a C player. But we get hole 11 once again. Looks like there's no wind, so that's a nice change to the last match where we had tons of crazy wind. I think every hole last match was over 20 miles an hour, but in this case with no wind and the hole being at the near side of the green, I'll just go full power with backspin with the 7-iron.
Nice shot.
Somehow completely missed the aim there.
Nice approach.
Even though there was no wind, I was like so far off. Pretty bad aim on my part, but that's not a big deal. I will settle for birdie here.
Nice birdie.
So just about all birdies. Most of us are going to be going into the second hole with no advantage. I cannot make this up. I'm pretty sure this is 3 games that we've had hole 12 on the second hole of the game. 3 or 4. And this is some strong wind. I might attempt to cut through here. Maybe not. Maybe I will take the shortcut. Definitely club down to a spoon.
Nice shot.
That was pretty good, to be honest. I'm glad I didn't go full power. I probably would have gone too far. Now, stroke 2 is going to be tough. The wind's going to carry me quite a bit. I'm going to add backspin. Hopefully that'll slow down my ball when I land on the green.
Nice shot.
Or if I land on the green. I went under power there by accident. Ends up being more power anyway. So I guess it's kind of a good thing that I messed up that stroke. And from here, I am going to putt this. Second time I have putt from the fairway this video. However, this time I sink the nice eagle. And looks like I was the only one to eagle there. Even only one other birdie. So a 4-point lead going into the semifinals. I'm starting to feel pretty good about this game. And we got hole 1 here, a great hole to keep our lead.
Nice shot.
Max wind though, so we're gonna have to be fairly precise when we chip onto the green. So really not sure what to go here, but probably gonna go just over 2 dots, maybe a little more. Ooh, just needed a little bit more.
Nice approach.
Very close to the eagle there. You know, I've had some pretty good approaches this video.
Nice birdie.
Unfortunately, I haven't had many chip-ins. So I'm making good shots, but I'm not making great shots. However, the good shots have been enough to get me in first place every game this video as we move on to hole number 2. Max wind yet again. Now, I can't remember exactly the wins we had on the first couple games of this video, but I feel like they've gotten progressively harder and harder. Not that good of a shot,
Nice on.
but I suppose 20 feet away it's okay. I did go a lot less power there because I knew the wind was going to carry me, and at that even was a little bit too much. We roll a little bit too far. But once again, I'm saved by my putting.
Birdie.
It's a pretty nice putt. And being the only ones to birdie that hole, that puts me at 44 after 4 holes. Very good pace so far for this game. 7-point lead as well. For the final hole of the match, we get hole number 6. And it's decent hole placement. If I can get onto the fairway, I should be able to chip over the tree.
Nice
I'll
shot.
show you what I mean in a second. I didn't mean to undershoot that chip. Meant to go full power, but I don't think it'll matter. So what I mean is that I should be able to clear this tree right here. Not going to go full power because since I'm uphill, if I go full power, I will go past the green. So I'm going to go a little bit under full power and add backspin. Hopefully that'll slow my ball down as it hits the green.
Nice shot.
Looks like we don't quite clear the tree. A little more power we probably would have. Should not be a big deal at all. This is a final hole. We have a 7-point lead, so a par here, even a bogey here, we would still get first.
Nice approach.
And settling for par is going to put us at 51 points. And it looks like the competitor in second and third both got the birdie. Unfortunately for them, it's not quite enough. That's first place. That's going to be some more rank. Let's look at how much this gives us, and then let's jump into another game. I think this is game number 7, but for this game we find a pretty decent lobby. There are 5 S players once again. One of them is S6, and the rest of the players are A players, so this should be a competitive match. Another really good match, similarly to the one we had a few matches ago where there was a lot of S players. All of the games are kind of jumbled in my head because I've just been playing non-stop, but I'm hoping for an entertaining match and looking for another win. Ooh, that is really bad. Accidentally curved that. That is probably going to be a costly mistake because now I can't chip. Because if I chip, I'm just going to hit the tree. That is very unfortunate, but I am going to have to spoon this. You know, that actually wasn't too bad.
Nice on.
Still 20 feet away, but considering I messed up the stroke 1, not bad. Ooh, this time the putting does not save me. So par for the first hole of this game. So that is very unfortunate. I guess considering I messed up stroke 1, par is to be expected, but I am going to be going down. So I'm in a 3-point deficit. I'm not sure if I've been in a deficit this video so far. Actually, I think I have towards the beginning of the video, the first couple games. But I am going to have to be playing very well from now on if I want to make the comeback, still gain some rank this game. On to hole number 8 yet again. I'm becoming very familiar with this hole at this point, but very negligible wind, probably just going to go 3.5 with backspin, maybe slightly under 3.5.
Nice shot.
Decent shot.
Nice on.
Didn't get the backspin, but at least it did slow me down. Ooh, and a pretty good putt there to secure 10 points. So the birdie there has led me to make a comeback on 2 players, but I'm still down to 2 players. Going into the semifinals, 3-point deficit, 3 holes left to make the comeback. We're going to be attempting that on hole 14 now, with max wind yet again.
Nice
So I'm expecting the wind to carry me quite a bit. Which it did, but unfortunately we're not on the fairway. When we hit the tree, we just dropped straight down. Even though I feel like we had a lot of momentum there, so... Not really sure the physics of this game, but I feel like we should have gone at least a little bit farther than where we are right now. Doesn't really matter. I'm probably going to be in the bunker no matter what I do. Actually, we sailed pretty far. And unsure if I want to putt this or wedge this. Probably gonna have to wedge this. Don't think we're close enough for the putter.
Nice approach.
So pretty bad news there. Missed the chip. And we saw someone get the eagle. Yeah, so still in third place after that. Tied for third, however. We are 7 points down. It wouldn't be the first time we've made a 7-point comeback. I think it was the second hole, or the second game. I'm going crazy at this point. Pretty sure it's the second game that I made a 7-point comeback. So it is possible. I've done it before. Gonna need something big if I want to do it again.
Nice shot.
Now for this chip with headwind, I'm thinking just under 3.5 with the 7-iron, or I might go a little more than 3.5 with backspin, to be honest.
Nice shot.
Ooh, that is unlucky.
Nice approach.
Perfect power, but unfortunately, we hit the pole. Now, I think had I gone past it, I might have backspun into the hole, maybe. We do get 10 points, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Oh, no. Look at that. We don't even make it into the final. We are definitely going to lose rank here. The question is how much.
Finish.
Look at that. That would have been hole 12 yet again. But we're so close to S6, so look at how much we lose here. Ooh, that hurts. I'm going to put a side-by-side of when I started the video versus now. However, as we lost rank there, that is going to be the conclusion of this video. If you made it this far, hit the like button. If you enjoy this type of content, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video.